Welcome to the ninth episode of Lalitha Sahasranaam Stotra. The unconditional, unlimited cosmic energy transcended and divided into 1,000 forms of energy, cosmic energy, for the sake of humanity, to establish harmony, state of harmony within the body, between the northbound and southbound forces. So let us move on. Astami Chandra Vibraja Dhalikasthala Sobita. Astami Chandra Vibraja Dhalikasthala Sobita. Astami is the eighth day in the lunar phase, in either phase, that is during the full moon as well as the new moon phase. Chandra Vibraja. Vibraja gives a projection of royalty. Dalikasthala Sobhita. Dalikasthala is that region referring to the forehead. Sobhita is it's a glorification. So basically, Astami Chandra Vibhraja Dalikasthala Sobhita means the forehead reflects like the half moon, the state of a half moon. So this is the meaning of this nama, this sloka. This nama is one sloka is one nama. Astami Chandra Vibhraja Dalikasthala Sobhita. So those individuals, they have gone through this unconditional training initially through Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni, Sri Simhasaneswari, and the faculties were reset through Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudhyata. And the brightness or the radiation associated with the rising sun Ujjadbhanu Sahasrava Chaturbhav Samanvita. So through that the division of the four were established, the Dharma Samsthapana were established. Then Ragaswarupa Pasarja Krodakarankusojvala, through that the training of blood relation and how to overcome that was established. Manorupakshikodanna Panchatanmatra Sayaka, in that state, how to use mind as a kodanda, and five senses associated in harmony with the mind. That relation was established. Nijaruna Prabha Puramadhyat Brahmana Mandala, through that immersion in the rising sun was established, and the choice of positive energy, negative energy, neutral energy was given. Then Champaka Soga Punnaga Saugandikala Satkacha, the presence was felt, the effect of the rising sun presence was felt through the fragrance of these various flowers. That's a training given to the mind, oscillation of the mind with respect to the discretion, Kuruvindamanisreni Kanatkoti Ramandita. So the fragrance only reaches to certain extent. So beyond that, it is the penetration of the light. So that is through Kuruvindamanisreni Kanatkoti Ramandita. So in this state, how is it possible to exhibit this state of brightness through the crown, the so-called projected crown, as if the crown was, as if the individual is wearing the crown? How to be in that state and project the brightness emanating from those gemstones forever? How is it possible? So this nama, the Astami Chandra Vibhra Lalita Sobhita, is an extension of Kuruvindamanisreni Kanatkoti Ramandita. So what is the characteristic of the half moon? Half moon is in either phases, that is in the full moon as well as the new moon phase, represents the state of neither decreasing nor increasing. So we do not know whether it is, it's like glass half full or half empty. It is the half moon refers to that kind of a state, except for the shape, when it is the half moon after the full moon. So it is kind of inverted half moon, like a convex lens half moon. During the full moon phase, the half moon is like a concave half moon. So that's the only difference. But apart from that, the half moon is a reflection of neither increasing nor decreasing. So moon is a very swift mover. He changes every day. So the half moon or Astami Chandra refers to kind of unchangeable nature of the moon. It's a very important characteristic of moon. So this unchanging nature of the moon, the brightness associated with that, is being reflected through the forehead of the individual, that goes through these previous namas. That means the brightness of the rising sun from the Mooladhara chakra, emanating from the Sahasrara in the form of the fragrance of the flowers, in the form of the light emanating from the gemstones and the other precious stones. So the extension of that is Astami Chandra Vibhra Lalita Sobhita. So Astami Chandra clearly refers to unchangeable nature. So this is perhaps the reason why Lord Krishna has chosen Astami for his arrival into the world. He was born on Astami, so his birthday was celebrate. We celebrate his birthday as Janmastami or Krishnastami. So this Astami or the half moon is a state of beyond this Kuruvindamanisreni Kanatkoti Ramandita. That means the making the presence felt through these fragrances and the light associated with the Kuruvinda Manisreni Karankoti Ramandita, the gemstones. So beyond this state is Astami Chandra Vibhrajata Likasthala Sobhita. So it is possible, that means these gemstones, the brightness or the light emanating from these gemstones, it is vary. It is sometimes it is bright, sometimes it is less bright. So that change, beyond that change is this Astami Chandra Vibhrajata Likasthala Sobhita. That means the bright the state of the forehead is it is a kind of unchanged nature. So there is a hidden secret in this nama. So we have already discussed that Nijaruna Prabha Purmajjat Brahmana Mandala. Through that, the radiation associated with the rising sun, the infrared radiation, has filled the entire body, and all the chakras, 7 chakras, were reset. And this radiation is emanating from the Sahasrara, or the top of the head, in the form of this, as if the individual is wearing the the crown and having the gemstone, embedding the gemstone and the brightness associated with that. So when this the Muladhara rising sun radiation is traversing upward through these 7 chakras and emanating outward, and imagine the person is having this crown, so there is only some proportion that ejects out. So the rest of the proportion has to reflect back, that means reflect from the Sahasrara, the top of the head, and that reflected radiation or the energy, it shows up in the forehead as the unchangeable nature of the half moon, the brightness associated with the unchangeable nature of the half moon. So we'll repeat again. The energy that is emanating from the Muladhara, the rising sun infrared energy that goes to the top of the the head, and it comes out through, as if the person is having this crown and the brightness associated with that. But there is only some that escapes out. So the remaining is bounced back and reflected through the forehead in the form of unchangeable nature of the half moon. So that's the meaning of Astami Chandra Vibhraja Dalikasthala Sobhita. So here, since the state of unchangeable nature, that means neither increment nor decrement, and also moon was introduced, half moon. So moon is equivalent to solidified ice or solidified water or the ice, and the water is associated with faculty of intellect. So Astami Chandra Vibhraj Dalikasthala Sobhita, through this nama, training to the faculty of intellect is given. Okay. The next, let us move on to the next nama, Mukhachandra Kalankapha Mruganabhiviseshaka. So here the further characteristics of moon are explained, So while the forehead is referring to the unchangeable nature of the moon, like a half moon, the entire face is like is reflecting the brightness of the moon, and the so-called the dark spot in the moon is like a bindi that we apply, and that bindi is the musk deer, the fragrance from the musk deer that originates from its navel. So that is kasturi. So Mukhachandra refers to the brightness of moon reflected in the face. Kalamkabha is that the dark spot in the moon. Mruganabhi is the musk deer navel, which gives that fragrance, the material of the fragrance. Kasturi. Visheshaka is a glorification. So Mukhachandra Kalamkabha Mugana Visheshaka. The whole face is as bright as a moon, while the forehead is as unchangeable as the half moon. And between the forehead, the fragrance of the musk deer or kasturi is reflected, and it appears as if this tilak of the kasturi is appearing like the dark spot in the moon. So here there is some hidden message also in this nama. So what is the dark spot for the moon? So that has been taken advantage here and then transformed into a positive energy. The kasturi gives the fragrance material that from its navel, and wearing that kasturi tilak on the forehead. So although it is appearing like a black spot of the moon, the dark spot of the moon, but it is an advantage here because it is giving that fragrance of the kasturi, the musk deer. So those who have gone through these various trainings, so the message is that those who have gone through these various trainings, so they have this capability of transforming these disadvantages, so-called disadvantages, into advantages. So that's the hidden message of this nama. So there are many examples to prove this hypothesis in our scriptures. So there are many individuals who have come out of the hardships and then succeeded. There are many famous people in our history who have taken advantage of curses and then transformed them into boons. Okay, they have carried out what is the impossible made it into possibility. So this state Mukhachandra Kalamkava Mugna Visheshka refers to, after Astami Chandra Braja Dalikastala Sobhita, refers to the power of intent or sankalpa bala of the individual. So anything is possible in this state if the disadvantage of the associated with the dark spot of the moon can be transformed into an advantage, then anything can be done, accomplished in life. So to prove this hypothesis, there are two great individuals that we can refer to, Rama and Krishna. So Rama is known as Ramachandra. Okay, so clearly what he has done is beyond anybody's imagination. He was born as a human, and then for 11,000 years he was continuously performing dharmacharana or action to re-establish the balance of the energies. At the age of 12, he has killed demons, Subhahu and Tataki, etc. Not only that, the most volatile super soul personality of Parasurama, he could face, and then he could overpower him. Barefoot he walked all the way from north to south, established the connection between Lanka and Indian subcontinent through the construction of the bridge, and then he was able to free Sita from Lanka. So these are not small achievements that anybody can do. And Rama was born on Navami, that means the day after half moon. So clearly he must have taken advantage of Mukhachandra Kalamka Bhamugna Visheshaka. So similarly, Krishna, from the time he arrived in the on the scene, he performed magic. So he could lift the whole mountain on top of on his little finger as a child, as a boy. So he has killed Kamsa, and then he established Bhagavad Gita in the middle of the battlefield. So all these are impossible tasks, and so it clearly, both these individuals clearly would have made use of this Mukhachandra Kalamka Bhamugna Visheshaka, the energy associated with this nama. So here, Mukhachandra Kalamkaba Maganabi Visheshaka. So in this nama, the appearance of the projection of the face, the external projection of the face, has been described. So this refers to kind of the personality. So the training of the personality, or the training to the faculty of the personality or ego, is being covered in this nama. So this is one full nama and one full sloka. So let us see the remaining namas in the next episode. Thank you.